Thank you. My name is Leonard. I'm an air quality consultant and registered professional engineer in the state of Washington. The Adage application proposes that the plant will be considered a minor source under the prevention of significant deterioration rules that are imposed by EPA, because the emissions of single pollutants do not exceed 250 tons per year. However, one of those pollutants, carbon monoxide, is proposed by the applicant to emit 246 tons per year, just 4 tons per year below that threshold. This particular plant proposes to control carbon monoxide using best combustion practices rather than a control technology. Management of CO emissions requires careful control of the excess air into the boiler and depends heavily upon the moisture content of the fuel. Adage has indicated that the average moisture content of their fuel will be 55%, a moisture level indicating that a large portion of the fuel being used will be very green, wet wood. High moisture levels are hard to manage using good combustion practices. However, no data on actual moisture levels of the fuels anticipated for use in the plant has been provided by Adage, even though for an identical plant in Florida, they provided extensive data on their fuels that were to be used: the moisture, the sulfur content, the chlorine, and the fluorine content. The Hamilton County fuels in Florida have moisture levels between 10 and 55%, with an average moisture level of 35%. The Adage plant in Mason County proposes to use a fuel with a moisture level of 55%, much higher than proposed in Florida. And control of the CO emissions from the plant will be very difficult with that high moisture fuel. Another consideration to avoid the potential for exceeding the PSD limit for carbon monoxide emissions would be to review the BACT determination that was made by ORCA in evaluating this permit application. Although not yet in commercial operation, a biomass boiler is being permitted in Massachusetts that will utilize a regenerative selective catalytic reduction system to control carbon monoxide along with NOx so that lower emissions can be achieved. The Palmer Renewable Energy Biomass Permit will be issued with annual emissions of 0.0365 pounds per million BTU, less than half the level currently proposed by Adage, and evaluated by ORCA to be the best technology available.
3-minute mark.
In addition to the carbon monoxide issue, hydrogen chloride is an issue for the Adage plant. Again, they're proposing to emit levels of hydrogen chloride just below the threshold of being a major source of hazardous air pollutants. They're proposing 9.7 tons per year. The threshold is 10 tons per year. As with CO, there is a better technology that's available for control of hydrogen chloride than has been proposed by Adage.
4-minute mark.
The controls that Adage proposes give an HCl emission rate of 9.7 tons per year. A Massachusetts plant of slightly smaller size has proposed 2.7 tons per year. And it is possible that the Adage plant could be operated at a much lower emission level for this pollutant. Finally, I am concerned, as have been others, with the availability of fuels for this plant. No data on the quantity of fuel to be burned, nor plant efficiency have been provided in the Adage application. An ongoing challenge in operation of the plant is finding enough fuel, and several biomass plants have been proposed. Once a plant's been built, continuous fuel supply must be possible to assure profitability. If there are gaps in virgin wood supply, Adage will go to land clearing and storm debris and source-separated construction wood waste, particularly after a storm, when clearing is done by emergency personnel, sorting poles and other collapsed building parts that have pentachlorophenol or other wood preservatives from other waste will be a low priority activity. Assuring that this wood does not go into a chipper and become part of a fuel plant is not likely. I urge ORCA to re-examine their BACT evaluation for this plant and consider other plants that have better technology, and to impose limits on the plant that will be appropriate to assure the safety and health of the people in Mason County.